What is up, guys? My name is Pocketcraft and welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we're going to be talking about the best Charizard EX deck in Pokemon TCG Pocket. If you guys find this video helpful, please consider hitting that subscribe button. We're really pushing to 10k subscribers and we'd love to have you as part of the team. This deck is one of my absolute favorites. It's so powerful and it is so easy to build. I call it the Charizard deck. You may have seen it around. It did really well in one of the tournaments recently. And it's built around the two most powerful fire-type Pokemon, Arcanine EX, right here, who does 120 damage with 150 HP, and Charizard EX, who does 200 damage with 180 HP. And then, of course, our setup card, the third Fire EX Pokemon that we're really into, Moltres EX here, who has Inferno Dance and Heat Blast. So the way this deck works, the reason it's so powerful, is you'll start out with Moltres here, and you can use Inferno Dance to set up either Arcanine or Charizard on the bench. The reason we pair it with both is so we can tackle pretty much any kind of deck. If you're going into a deck that sets up really quickly, like Celebi or Starmie, Arcanine is probably your best bet. Arcanine's only a stage 1 evolution, so it doesn't take nearly as long to get him into play. However, if you're going against more setup decks like Blastoise EX or Machamp or Mewtwo, Charizard is definitely your best bet. Once you get him fully set up, he can demolish pretty much anything with his Crimson Storm attack, and he is so much fun to play with. Now we'll pair this with Leaf, and some X speed is pretty great. You'll probably want a Sabrina, Professor's Research, and Pokeball. You could replace this X speed with a potion, and that might be useful in some situations, so you can play around with that and see how you like it. But this deck is really versatile and can take down pretty much anything in the game. If you want, you can also replace Arcanine EX with just normal Arcanine. When I play, I run with one of each, but you could just do normal Arcanine here if you're worried about having too many EX Pokemon and getting that 2-point penalty there. But rather than just hear me talk about this deck, I want you guys to see it in action. So I'm going to show you some gameplay right here from a live stream I did recently with this deck, how it works. I'll explain the strategy a little bit more, and you'll be able to see it, get some serious wins in action. So if you enjoy the gameplay, please consider hitting that like button and subscribing, and we'll get into the gameplay now really well. And it looks like we might be going against a deck that's just like the deck we just used. I wasn't even paying attention to our cards, but we do get a good start here with Moltres. We just don't have any basic Pokemon, which is unfortunate. But this is either going to be a Starmie deck, maybe a Starmie Blastoise deck, or just Starmie, which is not great. So Starmie is like the ultimate counter to this deck. Starmie is fast, it gets the type advantage, and does a lot of damage. And so that's not the best deck for us to be going up against, but maybe we'll get lucky here and we can figure something out. We do get Charmander, so if we can get off a good Inferno Dance next turn, we should be safe. Moltres is pretty bulky, which is good, and it'll take him at least a whole other turn to get to Starmie. But yeah, Starmie's dangerous. My favorite deck that I use often that I've shown here, the Wigglytuff Starmie deck, is pretty powerful. Starmie is just an all-around great Pokemon. Its no retreat cost is pretty epic too. So it looks like this is the traditional Starmie deck with Articuno EX, and so this is a little dangerous for us with the type advantage, but I think we have a chance here. Like I said, the strategy is pretty simple. You want to get Moltres out here, and there we go. We do have a full Charizard line possible, so there is some pretty good opportunity here, and I'm trying to decide our best bet. I think our best bet is to Sabrina them so that we have time to set up Charizard, because that's really going to be the way that we win here, and we are able to hopefully get a lot of energy off onto Charizard. I'm going to try and set up Charizard. He is tankier and can do better against Starmie, but the strategy, like I said, you're just going to want to get Moltres out here, flip coins, see if you get lucky and can get enough and a bunch of energy. We only got one there, unfortunately, but you want to attach as much energy as possible to Charizard or Arcanine, depending on which deck you're up against, and then you just go crazy. Charizard is obviously the biggest goal. He can take out pretty much anything, but if you're going against a deck that setups really fast, then Arcanine is the better bet. So normally against a Starmie deck, I would recommend using Arcanine, but because we were able to Sabrina him there, and he has Articuno out here, I do think that Charizard might be our better bet to just take things out. I could go either one here. I do like the immersive one, but I haven't actually. I've had this full art Charizard for a while, this gold Charizard, the Crown Rare. I got it like right on the second day the game came out, and I still haven't been able to use it. So I'm excited to finally pull him out this time. And he's going to be probably our best bet here. Let's see. We need a lot. Yes, that's perfect. That is exactly what we needed. We need to be able to do 2 of his Inferno Dance, I think is what it's called. I'll have to check here. But his 200 power move to be able to win this Crimson Storm. My bad. Inferno Dance is what we just used. But you need 2 Crimson Storm to be able to take out both of these, because we are going to lose 2 energy on it. But I think we just secured the win there for sure. I don't know that there's anything he can do to counter us here. I mean, if we get Sabrina in some weird ways, he's got a chance. But the most he can do with Giovanni would be 120 damage with Giovanni in the bonus. And we have 180 HP, and we can one-hit KO both of his Pokemon right here. So Charizard, once he gets set up, is an absolute monster. And we've got Leaf here. So we're going to retreat into Charizard. And this should be game here, I think. We'll set up this. We'll take him out. But yeah, this deck is a beast. Now, I mean, like you see, we're even against like our perfect counter here. Like the worst deck for us to go up against is Starmie EX probably. It sets up way faster than us and has the type advantage. With the free retreat cost, there's a lot of mobility. But like you just saw, we can easily take it out with Charizard. And we haven't even had to use Arcanine yet, but that can work really well against other decks. Arcanine is a great counter to Celebi. That's definitely a good way to go. But like you see, we can take him here. And that's kind of the main strategy with this deck. Let me know in the comment section below if you guys have any questions about how to use either of these decks. I think they're a lot of fun. Obviously, the Kanto starters are dear to my heart, as I'm sure they are to most of you guys. So it's a ton of fun to use them, and I think they've provided a lot of ways for you to do that. So there he concedes. We would have taken him out that turn anyways. And we got the dub with Charizard with our awesome Crown Rare there. And so that is the essence of the strategy with our Charizard EX deck. And let's see, while we're here, we got a little bit of time if we can get that 5-win streak with it. And so let's see if we can go here. And then like normal, we will stop with our last battle. I will play against one of you guys. And I'll let you guys choose. Vote in this comment section below. I'll start a poll here. I'll have to close this old poll, I think. I haven't done much with polls here before. And I'll let you guys vote if you want me to use the, what's it called? The Charizard deck or the Blastoise deck when I'm battling against you guys. And let's set up our deck here first. We get Moltres off the ball again, which is awesome. And looks like we might be against a Pikachu deck. So Arcanine's probably the better bet here, unless we do have most of the Charizard line already. So we'll see. What deck would you guys like to battle? Well, I set this poll up here. And we're waiting for them. Looks like they're pretty slow, unfortunately. Have I completed any of the Pokedexes? Unfortunately, not yet. I think I have all but the like full art cards in Mythical Island, but I'm not there yet on Genetic Apex, unfortunately. I'm trying to get there soon, but haven't done it yet. So we do start with Growlithe, so that's probably going to be where we start setting up unless we're able to get Charmander out here. I'll finish writing this poll. Sorry, I'm very slow with it, but I'll let you guys vote and see what you would like me to battle. And so like normal, if you guys haven't been to my streams recently, what I typically do is at my last battle after I finish the normal challenge that we've been doing, I'll put a custom code in and let you guys pick, and I'll let you each put in that code, and then I'll battle whoever happens to get in first. And so it's a fun way that we can battle against each other. Ooh, and we get 1 heads there, 2. All right, that's awesome. We got 2 energy onto Arcanine here, so he's pretty much set up. Unfortunately, it's not Arcanine EX. He does do more damage, but basic Arcanine is still pretty good. We could even Leaf into him next turn and start wreaking some havoc, which unless we get a Charmander, I think that's probably what we're going to end up doing. Yeah, I haven't have any of you guys completed either of the Pokedexes yet. Let me know if you have. That would be awesome. I'm still working on Genetic Apex. I've gotten some of the cool cards, like I do have the Crown Rare Charizard, I've got Crown Rare Mew, but I have not been able to get Amistar and Melmetal, I think are the 2 I'm missing to complete the decks. I'm hoping to do that because I do want the special Mew card. I think would be awesome. Looks like we got against a little bit of a slow guy here, which is unfortunate, but he might just be thinking, or I don't know if his connection's not very good. But we'll see here what he does. I haven't gone against a Joltik deck before, so this will be an interesting one. He can do a lot, and I just realized I had not been paying attention. Moltres is weak to electric. I hadn't noticed that. That was pretty dumb of me. Ooh, well this is pretty tricky then, because we have two options here. We could just go straight into Arcanine and just start battling and see if we can take him out before he can set up, because I mean he's really not set up yet. And so we could retreat, which is probably our best bet. I'm tempted to try and set up Charizard in the back using Moltres, but I think our best bet is probably going to be to go Leaf into Arcanine and just let him kind of go for it for now. This will allow us to last a little bit longer. I think we'll be conservative here. So go for Heat Tackle. It does damage us, which is unfortunate, so sometimes you may want to use a potion in this deck just for longevity. But, I mean, with normal Arcanine, it's pretty nice. He's not an EX Pokemon, and he doesn't lose any energy, so he can kind of last for a while. And even if you take him out, you know, you still have your Charizard hopefully set up in the back, or Moltres or something to where you can be okay. Now, hopefully we pull our other Moltres, because this Moltres is pretty low on HP to the point where I probably wouldn't want to use him, because they could take him out in one hit and we'd be in trouble. But we'll see here. We could Sabrina him, but he'd probably just go into Joltik, so I don't think we will yet, because he's setting up Zapdos is going to be his big hitter. But I think we'll just take the time to try and set up our Charizard, and that'll be our best bet. But we do get another Moltres here, which is good. And so we'll put an energy onto Charmeleon here. I mean, we only need 4 to be able to take out Zapdos, and even with 3 energy, we can do a good amount of damage. And I think we're pretty set here. He does have a good chance of taking out Arcanine on his next turn, which isn't great. So yeah, we'll see. We don't have Leaf, which is unfortunate, but I think we're in a pretty good spot here. You just finished Mythical Island and you're 12 away from Genetic Apex. That's pretty sweet. You just need special cards like Crown or Full Art. Yeah, I'm definitely missing some of the special cards, but I do have all of Mythical Island as well, but I am not there with Genetic Apex, unfortunately. And now we do have 5 people on right now on the stream, so we're halfway there. Like I said earlier, for those of you who weren't here, if we get 10 people on the stream by the end of the stream, which is going to be in probably about 10 minutes or so, I will pour this cup of water all over my head. And so invite everyone you know, get them on the stream here, because if we can get enough, I will be doing that for you guys. Now, we're in a bit of a risky spot here, but I think I'm going to go for it. We went for our Crown Rare Charizard last time, and he was good luck, so I think we're going to do it again. And I'm trying to decide our best bet here. We could try and Sabrina right now, and hopefully take out one of these guys and make him waste an energy. But energy doesn't really matter yet. I think we're going to save our Sabrina for next turn. I don't know if that's the best bet or not. This is pretty dangerous because he does have the capability. He could technically knock us out this turn. And if he doesn't, for sure, he'll probably do it next turn. So I maybe should have gone into Moltres to bide our time. I think we were maybe didn't make the right play there. But both these guys only have 1 retreat cost, so we can get into Zapdos pretty easily. So I think we're going to wait and see if we get lucky with the Sabrina. I'm sure he'll go into Electabuzz so he can live a hit. If he got into Joltik, maybe he'll misplay, and that would be perfect for us. Unless, is he retreating? Interesting play. Oh, shoot. Oh, no. He's going to Thunder Spear us and take out Moltres. I didn't even think about that. I forgot that Lieutenant Surge works on Electabuzz. Shoot. Well, that was a misplay. He did well there. We did just lose. And so I think we will go straight to the viewer battle here. We did not get the 5 win streak there, but I know both of these decks definitely can do it. Scolipede Weezing deck that we set up a couple weeks ago. And so this will be interesting. These are kind of interesting decks to be matched up, so we'll see how it goes. I've created these, so I don't know which one is going to be better. Well, it'll be interesting to see. We do get the Charmander here, which is awesome. We can try and set that up. His deck sets up pretty fast, so Arcanine might be the safer move. It's got pretty low HP Pokemon, so Arcanine can take him out pretty well, but we don't have Growlithe yet, so we'll probably be going for Charizard, and we do have him fully set up there. And I don't think Ethan's running a red card here. If I remember right, from at least the way I built the deck, it doesn't have red card. So if he's doing the same thing, we won't get red carded, which is good. We are pretty susceptible to poison, unfortunately, because Moltres doesn't evolve. But that's okay. I'm going to evolve this other one so we can have our cool full art Charmander sitting here. I love this style here with the stars in the night sky. I think is pretty awesome. But we'll use Inferno Dance, see if hopefully we can set up Charmander here. We've gotten pretty lucky with Inferno Dance recently. So let's see if we get lucky here again. And we get pretty lucky. That's 2 energy. We only need 2 more to be able to do our Crimson Storm on Charizard. So that's pretty huge. It's your favorite deck, so you always use it. That's awesome. I'm glad I was able to help you find a deck that you enjoy. I really do like the Scolipede Weezing deck. It's a fun anti-meta deck, and it works really well. So I'm glad you've liked it. And we are at 8 viewers right now, ladies and gentlemen. So with Ethan's Lizard, that is 9. And so if we're able to get one more person on here, I will pour the water on my head. So invite everyone you know, whether it's your brother, sister, cousin, mom, dad, friend, whoever. If we're able to get one more here, I will do that. And so we'll see. I may have to pull some cords away from the desk to make sure it ends up all right. But I think we're in a pretty good spot here. Unfortunately for Ethan, he hasn't gotten his Scolipede line out yet, which is kind of his win condition, and he doesn't have Weezing either. So that's pretty dangerous. This Charizard deck, once it gets set up, is pretty unbeatable. It's one of the things I really like about it. Arcazard is pretty beast mode, and so I would be careful. Unfortunately, Ethan, this is looking pretty good for me, but you still might be able to pull it out. Your deck has no EX cards, so you have some pretty good longevity. If you're able to get a Weezing out next turn, you might have a chance. You'll get your sister mid-battle. All right, Ethan, I like the energy. That's what we're looking for here. And I think we could retreat, but we'll give Ethan some time. We'll go for another Inferno Dance and see if we could get Charizard fully set up here, or I may go for Arcanine, depending on how many energy we get. We do get 2 there. I think we'll just put them all on Charizard and see if we can sweep with Crimson Storm. All right, we did drop down to 7 though, guys. So we're gonna, with the Lizard, that's 8. So we'll need 2 more, and so we'll see if we can get that here. But I think next turn we will retreat into Charizard and we'll start letting loose. And so I am a big fan of this deck. Oh, and I just realized I made a huge mistake and I put out normal Arcanine. I meant to do Arcanine EX, so that's unfortunate. We don't get Leaf, unfortunately. That's who I would have liked there, so we could have switched out Moltres, but we'll go into Charizard here. And I mean, we don't really need to use the Pokeball. I think we might even have, well, there may be one Growlithe we don't have out yet, but I think our position is pretty good here. We'll go for Crimson Storm here to take out Coughing, and then we just need 2 more of those and we should have the game. So these decks are pretty sweet. I do love using this Charizard deck, and I do love looking at this Crowner Charizard. This is probably my proudest pull that I've had yet, but I should use the Charizard EX Immersive card more because I do think it's pretty sweet. Speaking of that, tomorrow I have a video coming out talking about what I think are the coolest immersive cards, so make sure you guys check that out. It should be a pretty fun video. It's a little lower pressure than the normal videos I do where I focus on tips and tricks and things like that. It's more focused on just kind of fun things and aesthetics, but hopefully you guys like it. And shoot, Ethan, I'm sorry, you have gotten unfortunate RNG here. You haven't been able to pull Weezing yet at all, which really stinks. That is kind of your win condition there. So that is unfortunate. That is the way of Pokemon TCG Pocket sometimes, unfortunately, since it is a card game. Things are left up to chance, and sometimes you just get unlucky. But we do get the victory. GG, Ethan. Thanks for the battle. If you guys are new, please consider hitting that subscribe button. If you've been around for a while and you enjoy the button and you enjoy the channel, you want to support me more, you want to see more of my content, consider hitting the join button below and becoming a channel member. It would mean a lot, and We'll have a lot of fun together. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you want to learn more about Pokemon TCG Pocket, check out this video right here where I teach you the top 50 tips and tricks for Pokemon TCG Pocket. Thank you for watching and have a great day.